Hi everyone, thanks once again for joining us on our YouTube channel. Today I paid a visit to Sinza Farms, the importers of good genetics from South Africa, and I'm super excited. I met the Value Farm family.
Value Farm, we're in Makono. What's your name? There you go. Joseph is here. There you go. We're here in Makono. Thank you, my brother. It's a pleasure to meet you too. You make sure you get this, okay?
Yeah.
This is why we do what we do. Because we love Uganda.
Yes.
I'm always they are very educative, they are very good, you have inspired us a lot.
Thank you.
That's why I also started a YouTube channel so you can share that.
That's awesome.
What I saw at Sinza Farms is extraordinary. I saw how people are very serious with goat farming. The quality of the goats that were brought in, that you can find there at Sinza Farms, is extraordinary. I saw very good breeds of Kalahari Reds, Boer goats, Savannah bucks, and females. Everything is marvelous, fantastic. So, dear farmers who are into this business or are coming to this business, people are doing very, very serious business when it comes to goat farming. People are brought in very good genetics. People are ready to invest in a lot of money. But it doesn't matter where you are. If you can't afford the pure breed from abroad or from South Africa, you can start with what you can. But what I saw, those people have got good genetics. But remember, having genetics alone isn't enough, because the three pillars of animal farming are genetics, management, and nutrition. Even if you get a very good breed from abroad, when you can't feed it properly, still the nutritional part will affect it. Its growth rate will decrease, or it will decrease in size, and it may become stunted. So what matters most, make sure that as long as you're planning to get more money, first prepare your feeds. Where will you source your feeds? Or do you have some land where you can grow your own feeds? In my video, I always emphasize the feeds, because I know when you feed your animals properly, there is no single way your animals won't grow well. They won't be stunted. They will put on the weight you want, believe me or not. So nutrition matters a lot. And when we talk about nutrition, those are the feeds, the protein content of the feed, the are they carbohydrates or they are proteins, energy giving foods, or you are having bodybuilding feeds. So that matters a lot. But I saw the animals, most of them they are coming to a year, others were 6 months. But the body weight, as you can see, those animals, those pures at Sinza Farms, those very good genetics, can wonder. But imagine getting such a very good breed when you don't have feeds. You going to be affected, and you make us lose a lot. So thanks to all Ugandans who through Sinza Farms were able to import those goods, and thanks to Mr. Kenneth for bringing in such quality, and all those who sacrificed to bring in those qualities. So this is very promising that in Uganda, with years to come, our master of masters, Ham, have been telling us that his target was to preach the gospel of the goats, so that we can all become goat farmers, so that each family can own at least 10 goats. I can see where people are going, because I remember when he has just brought in his goats, how we are attracted to bring in. So like us, we got two. If you can afford one, start with that. If you can't afford getting it from abroad, you at least become a friend to the one who has got something very good, so that you can source a good bag to change your herd. But before thinking about the animals, please, dear farmers, what I advise you to do most, please think about the feeds, because nutrition matters a lot. When your animals are well fed, they are not easily attacked by diseases, because their body immunity will be stable. And again, talk about the management. So you should have a good manager. But before thinking about having a good manager, do you have some good knowledge about those animals, so that when you go at the farm, you'll be able to know that my animal has lost weight, it's not in a good condition, maybe it is sick, so that you can, if you have a manager who knows that you also know what to do, those managers will be able to manage your animals properly because they will know that you have some knowledge about it. And knowledge now is free of charge. As long as you decide to go on YouTube to make researches, pay some visits to some farm, to other farmers, and some farms, you require enough knowledge. So look at the genetics there. Look at those pure red color hares. They are going to have pure. They have pure bucks. They are pure females. What do you expect to come out of that? But what can kill that genetics is only nutrition and good management. So there should be good management practices in place. So dear farmers, fellow farmers, I know whoever is watching this video is attracted to what is saying. If you are attracted to what you are saying, it is very good that whatever we get from South Africa or from Botswana or any other country where they are sourced, we should have good management practices in place. We should have good feeds so that we can multiply the numbers of good breeds, because the higher the number within our country, the cheaper it will become, because importing is not so easy, it's a bit expensive. But whosoever got those animals, we should try to take proper care of them so that they can give us those genes, so that even our people in our country can come at least and get some good bucks or females at our farms. I was so much touched by what I saw, and this is a very great inspiration. I believe 3 years from now, we shall be, or let me talk it on my side, I will be able to produce such, because that's my target. Because even if you have 1,000 goats, when they are chaotic, it doesn't make sense. Imagine someone having 100 of that type. Because most of people think about numbers, but to me, what I'm saying that instead of looking for 200 goats or 100 goats, have your 50 high quality goats. Even if they are 87, well fed, well managed, they put on enough weight so that you can sell your goat at 1M. So if you have 50 and they have produced 50 kids, so you are having 50 million. Even if you deduct for the workers and the feeds, you can be able to get at least 25 million a year. That's 2 million from your farm per month at least, and it is very possible. So dear farmers, I believe you are enjoying what you are seeing. Look at that goat. You can see there is just 4 months coming to 5 months when you look at the tag. All those bucks you see are just 1 year. So it is possible. That's why I wanted to share this, so that people can know that there is good genetics coming in our country. People are so serious. So please don't hesitate to start. Start with what you can, and from where you are. If you can manage 5 goats, just make sure they are high quality goats, and try as much as you can to manage them properly. Because for me, I'm a goat addict. The way I look at animals, when I look at these animals, the way I feel in my heart, I wish I could have such. We don't have enough money to get like a 10 or 20, like some of our brothers and sisters can do it. But we can start with a single buck of high quality, even if you don't import it from South Africa. But as long as you have that vision, it starts with a vision. If you have that vision of producing such quality goats, I believe you'll be changing your herd by bringing in a very good buck. So after 3 to 4 years, you can have such a genetics. But it is only impossible when you have good management practices, when you have well-balanced feeds. It doesn't mean that when you talk about feeds, you should have a lot of feeds, you say only calories, because you can't only eat posho. You can't only depend on beans. So you have to balance between energy-giving feeds and bodybuilding feeds. So, dear farmers, we need like coriander, alfalfa, we need like lab. Those protein-giving feeds we need desmodium, we have glycerin. That's what we are doing at the farm, because when I see such a genetics, I don't want it to come at the farm and it loses weight. It will be very awkward. So, dear farmers, I hope you can enjoy, or you can see what is being brought in by serious farmers. Doesn't mean it because you can't afford bringing in that you are not serious farmer. Just retain your dream. Just have a vision. It starts with a vision, because vision means seeing beyond obstacles. So the problem, some people just have sight, they don't have vision. As long as you have vision, to have such, it is very possible. For us, the bags we have, we got the boa bags are 2, but we have been able to maintain their body weight. I even see as if we have gained more weight as compared to when we had just come.
osanga kale okuba nti kale basosola nnyo
skills and practices, because we learned a lot from the past. You can see they are already eating Brachyria mulato. You can see in that cage, that feeder there, they are feeding on alfalfa. So whoever is thinking of producing such goats, alfalfa, we know it is the queen of protein. It must be available at your farm. Think about having lab at your farm. Think about having green leaf desmodium at your farm. Think about including centrisema in your crossed Guyana, because hair is very important when it comes to these animals, because it helps them when they are vegetating the feed. So that those microbes within the stomach, they feed on that hair. And when the goats feed on hair, they consume a lot of water, so they end up eating less. Dear farmers, when I look at these genetics, as you can see it, it's very attractive. Thanks so much all those who think about producing such in our country. Thank you very much to all those who imported such. Thanks very much for Sinza Farm for bringing such good genetics. Thanks so much, Bro Ham, for the great work and for the gospel of good farming. There you have inspired people to bring in more and more and more and more. So this is the way to go, dear farmers. Let us start with what we can. But we can be here one day. I believe we can be here one day. For the love of livestock farming, thanks so much to Value Farm for the inspiration I've given to people. It was a pleasure meeting you guys at the farm, at Sinza Farms. I was so much happy. Thanks for the great work you are doing. My advice to farmers, never ever stop learning, because they will never ever stop teaching. Dear farmers, you reap what you sow. If you invest in good breeds, you get your money back. Don't think about numbers, rather think about quality, because you find someone has a lot of goats, maybe 100, 200, but in actual sense, they can give 150 to each goat. So imagine someone having 50, which can go for cases 600 to 1M at least you're somewhere.
Hey, make sure you pick up that back
To manage them,
You have to pick up the back leg. Pick up the back leg.
Instead of
Back
having
leg.
huge numbers.
Watch the leg.
Look at those people who are in much love for the ghost of Mr. Grafton. How he's so much concerned. And this is about passion. This is not about money. If you can look how he cares about that bag. I looked at him and I wanted, people who are very.
He already got me early.
So they are farmers. Passion alone doesn't fail. You should have knowledge. Knowledge simply means information, and you should have understanding of what's farming. That's comprehending the information and understand what we're going to do. Then, above all, you should have the wisdom when it comes to livestock farming. Wisdom simply means putting into action. A lot of people have a lot of knowledge. They have the information. They have that knowledge. They understand what to do, but unfortunately, they don't put it into practice. It doesn't make sense. And applied knowledge simply equals zero. Let us start from where we can. They say we can start from zero. As long as you have a very big vision, don't delay to start. Let us start now. Let us learn together. Let us move together. Let us encourage each other, no matter how hard it is. The shine is beyond. The rains at times come, they kill some animals. You have less capital, but take the risk. Invest in good genetics. Without risk, if you don't risk anything in life, you never gain anything in life. So life is about taking risk. Everything is risky. So once you understand that everything is risky, just take the risk, but with knowledge, in an advanced way, with good management practices, prepare more feeds. We can make it, dear farmers. For me, I'm here to tell you, please, you can start. Use your very good building blocks.
This side.
Improve your heart. You can be there. Let us succeed together. Thanks so much for watching. That's what I saw at Sinza Farms. Up to now, I'm doing the videos I took. And I'm like, one day I could be there. One day I can be among the best builders in the world. Uganda can be among the best builders of goods in the world. And it's very possible. As long as we keep exchanging ideas, advising each other. Thanks so much. May God bless you all.